Mike here from Boomba Racing. Today I'd like to talk to you guys about a throttle body spacer and intake manifold spacer for the Fiesta ST. These help to add volume to your airflow going into the engine, they smooth out the air, as well as help to lower charge air temps. The throttle body spacer is ported for whatever the user desires, as well as the intake manifold spacer also being ported with 8 different ports for any kind of aftermarket injection setups, whether it be water, meth, nitrous, whatever the user desires. Let's go ahead and take a look at installation to see how these parts fit on a Fiesta ST. To perform this installation, you will need an M7, M8, M10, M13, M15, and M17 sockets. You will also need an M13, M15, and M17 box wrench, as well as an M3, M4, M5, M6, and M8 Allen wrench, as well as a T30 Torx bit, an E30 socket, pliers, and a Dremel tool. Please note that our guide shows our Sound Composer Delete kit already installed. Please see one of our other videos for the installation of that. Remove the engine cover by pulling it up and towards yourself. Disconnect the map sensor and the variable valve timing solenoid. Remove the vent line clip. Disconnect the vent line by pulling the ring to the left to unlock it and then pulling it out. Disconnect the knock sensor. Remove the wiring harness clips. Disconnect the vacuum line that runs above the throttle body. Disconnect the air vent line that runs into the factory intake. Disconnect the vent line that runs onto the valve cover. Disconnect the vent line from the engine block. Loosen the throttle body hose clamp. Remove the cover for the serpentine belt. Move the belt tensioner arm and remove the serpentine belt. Loosen the intake pipe clamp. Disconnect the vacuum line and the IAT sensor. Remove the nut holding the charge pipe to the transmission. You can now remove the throttle body. Disconnect the throttle body connector. Disconnect the alternator wiring harness. Remove the alternator bottom screw. Remove the top alternator screw and the nut. Using the E30 tool bit, remove the alternator stud. Move the alternator to the side to expose the intake manifold. Remove the intake manifold bolts. There are 2 M8 and 4 M6 bolts. Line up the intake manifold spacer utilizing the locating pins. Reinstall the intake manifold and secure it with the longer provided bolts. Mount the alternator to the engine with the provided long Allen bolts. The longer bolt goes to the right. Insert the set of spherical washers between the alternator bracket and the engine. Do not tighten the bolts yet. Install the lower alternator bolt. Tighten all of the alternator bolts at this point. Reconnect the wiring harness that runs to the alternator. At this point, you can now reinstall the serpentine belt. See step 32 for a diagram of the belt routing. Cut 0.95 of an inch, or 24 millimeters, off of the end of the throttle body mounting screws. If you are uncomfortable cutting your stock screws, you can rest assured because Boomba Racing will offer these screws pre-cut at an additional cost. Install the throttle body spacer with the shortened screws. Reconnect the electrical connection at the throttle body. Secure the throttle body to the spacer with the provided 6mm Allen bolts. Make sure that the alternator wire harness runs under the throttle body and is not pinched between the throttle body and the thermostat. Reinstall the charge pipe. Connect the vacuum line and the IAT sensor, secure the pipe to the engine, and tighten all of the hose clamps. Reinstall the vent line. The bottom hose clamp will not go all the way onto the connecting nipple. Make sure that the bottom hose clamp holds the line in place. Reinstall all the vent lines and the vacuum lines. Secure the wiring harness to the intake manifold. Reconnect all electrical connections. Install the cover relocation brackets over the cover posts. Clamp the relocation brackets to the cover posts. The relocation studs should be facing your firewall. At this point, reinstall the engine cover and enjoy the newfound gains from your spacers.